Shabbat Shalom, Shari Torah. I hope that everybody was able to stay warm this week. I'm gearing up for a beautiful Shabbat. There's Tat Shabbat on Saturday morning. There is Junior Congregation on Saturday morning. There's the Lakelands, Kentlands Hanukkah lighting at 5:30 tomorrow evening, which I'll be lighting the menorah in the Kentlands Square. I hope you'll join us for that. And then, of course, festivities gear up for Hanukkah in the coming weeks. This week we read Parashat Vayishlach, a beautiful parasha of wrestling. And while I've never really been a big fan of the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment Organization, I'd imagine every wrestler, regardless of the type of wrestling, read this week's Parsha of Vayishlach. You see, in this week's Torah portion, we get the famous scene of Jacob wrestling with this Ish, Vayevater Yaakov levado vayavek ish imo ad olot hashachar, that Jacob left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the break of dawn. This unidentified Ish, our rabbis comment that perhaps this figure was an angel of God. And as Jacob wrestles with the stranger until the break of dawn, he eventually receives a new name as a blessing. The Degel Machane Ephraim, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Ephraim of Sudokov, who lived in the 18th and 19th centuries in the area of Poland and Ukraine, who is the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov. In his comments on this particular verse, he speaks about struggles, the struggles that exist in our lives, the ones that we wrestle with on a daily basis. And as my Rebbe, the Velveteen Rabbi, Rabbi Rachel Barenblatt teaches, the summary of the story, each struggle is with our own impulse and our own inclination. Every person has two impulses or inclination, the Yetzer Hara, the evil, and the Yetzer Hatov, the good. And the Degel Machane Ephraim says that when we enter into the world as holy souls, the evil inclination has control over us. However, this changes as time goes on, and we move through the world in our years, and we ultimately come to imagine that there are things that we have to do to make ends meet. We each think of the times when we've made choices which we might regret. And we all have experienced different struggles over our own time, both with our Yetzer Hara, our evil inclination, as well as our Yetzer Tov, some being more significant and taxing, those of darkness of the day and the night, wrestling with the Ish that we all have in our own selves. And all those troubles, our fears and anxieties feel worse during the time of night. However, when the dawn breaks, says the Degel Machane Ephraim, struggles are illuminated and we can recognize the things that are there. This should be a blessing for wrestling. May our wrestling be gifted to each of us with a light that illuminates our troubles and mistakes that see clearly, and we emerge not only victorious but unafraid. So as we prepare not only for Shabbat during these dark times of the year, but also for Hanukkah in just another week, may we all bring forth the light that is on our own paths to meaningful wrestling and blessings. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom and hope to see you in Shul and over the course of Hanukkah. Shabbat Shalom.